Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing green, red, and white, and weighing in at 124.5 pounds. He has an outstanding professional record, 35 bouts with 33 victories, including 21 knockouts and only 2 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning and defending WBC Featherweight Champion of the World, de Merida, Mexico, Guty Espadas. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white, trimmed with green letters, and weighing in at 125 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one, consisting of 39 bouts, 39 victories, including 31 knockouts and a world title. But tonight, he is a challenger. Here is the former undefeated WBC Super Bantamweight World Champion, damas y caballeros, de la Zona Norte, Tijuana, Mexico, Erik, el Terrible Morales.
If I have to take him to a neutral corner, that corner, I want you there.
In the neutral?
In the neutral, if I have to take him over there. Well, 12 rounds, touch gloves, buena suerte, vamos a trabajo.
Erik Morales got into a serious firefight with Marco Antonio Barrera the last time we saw him in Las Vegas. Will this be more tactical? Could be.
I think you're going to still see the aggressiveness of still Morales be a big factor. He's very busy, and he seemingly punches much better with his left hand than he did previously and fights back. He used to just be a right-hand puncher for the most part.
Emmanuel, it took you about 10 seconds to pick the winner in the last fight. Let's see how you can do this time.
Well, even before that, I think that Morales brings too much of everything in this fight. I think the experience, speed, the quality of opposition he's been in against.
The sheer aggression, the confidence with which he fights, his arrogance, his tremendous belief in his chin and his punching power.
Yes, and I think that's going to be a big factor going down the stretch.
Erik Morales starting off watching as Guty Espadas throws the first couple of jabs of the fight. Morales loves to attack over the top. His most effective punch is an overhand right which comes chopping down on the head of opponents. It's the punch he used to start Junior Jones in his most electrifying performance, a 4th-round knockout in a bull ring in Tijuana.
I'm a little surprised. I thought he would have been a little bit more aggressive. He's fighting a very tactical fight at this point in time.
Showing respect.
Yeah, which I think is going to give Guty a much better chance to get into the fight. And it's interesting, they're both Mexicans, and the most popular glove in big-time boxing is the Mexican gloves, the Reyes, and they're using the Japanese gloves, winning. In an all-Mexican fight, so to say, for the WBC Championship.
Our spinning globe gets smaller and smaller, even as it tries to throw us off. Morales mostly reacting to what Espadas does in the first minute and a half of the fight. Erik not yet trying to take command.
Which is surprising to me.
But he's been going to the body with his left jab. He knows that Espadas is a pretty well-schooled fighter, that this could go rounds. So he's just staking out the territory right now.
Espadas sneaking a right hand through Morales' guard. Morales, as I mentioned, proud of his chin, has that arrogance that so many great champions have. He thinks he can take your punch and hit you back harder.
Espadas seemed to be very relaxed in this fight. And even though his punches are not as crispy, surprisingly how he's catching Morales, particularly after Morales finishes up his punches. Espada usually keeps coming back and catching on the tail end.
It's very smooth and fluid.
Yes.
Reminds me a little of Alexis Arguello that way, but now Morales gets in a right and a left, and Espadas doesn't look quite as confident anymore.
Well, it's a much more closer round than I had expected.
Well, the winner doesn't have to win every round, does he?
Round one, a tactical round in which, if anything, Espadas may have gotten slightly the better of Erik Morales. And as we go to Espadas' corner, and indeed in Morales' corner as well, our Spanish to English interpreter is Ray Torres.
No es experiencia, aquí la experiencia vale más.
Don't worry about the experience. Experience is nothing here. We're going to fight.
Tranquilo, no te desesperes para pegarte con él. Empieza a tirar gancho. No. Tu distancia. Se está tirando solito. Con calma, no te desesperes.
¿No se te dificulta golpear?
No.
Te empieza de una vez al cuerpo. Cañonazos al cuerpo.
Está de frente, tienes ahí el plexus a tu disposición en el momento que
Okay,
quieras.
don't forget,
Trae la barbita al aire.
the body's there, the plexus is there.
Trabájame el otro.
Let's use that
temprano en este round. Después de temprano en este round.
Seconds out.
Vamos.
Copy box numbers in round one, neither here nor there. Espadas 11 of 53, Morales 9 of 60, inconclusive. Letterman gives the first round to Erik Morales.
I think Morales' punches seem to have a little bit more power on them, and they're a little bit more accurate. And then there's a little bit more of a loop into the punches of Espada, which maybe doesn't look as effective with officials.
Now Morales starts to open up, throwing hard punches to the head, hallmark of his style.
As a junior featherweight, almost every one of his opponents was shorter and sometimes much shorter than Morales. Now he's faced with a fighter who is his size, and maybe that's giving him a little bit of pause here and figuring him out.
There's a big left hook by Morales. He follows up, misses with the right hand, goes to the body and lands another left hook upstairs. Combination punching from Erik Morales there. There's that right, cranking to the ear of Guty Espadas. Espadas not as active in this round as Morales has stepped up his own punch output. There's a hard right hand by Espadas and the left hook to the body. Trading uppercuts at close range. Morales tapping Espadas on the chin with the right hand, and they step away from the rope.
It's interesting that Morales is fighting more to tempo that's more beneficial for Espadas instead of setting the tempo as I thought he would himself. Espadas a very relaxed head, which makes him take a punch a lot better to him.
I think Larry's right on point in pointing out that Morales isn't used to fighting guys his own height.
That's correct.
It's a different look. Another big left hook by Morales, and Espadas was momentarily wobbled there.
But he's such a gangly kid that sometimes his body movements looks as if he's hurt, but maybe isn't even hurt.
Morales blocking Espadas' body shots with the elbows, coming back and throwing upstairs.
Now this is what the Mexican fans here were looking forward to.
What they paid for.
Yes.
That's what they paid for, baby. Just a little reminder of what Barrera Morales looked like for 12 full rounds last year.
Maybe that's why they was holding it back.
¿Para qué lo haces difícil? No le cambies golpes, tú boxeando eres mucho superior, boxea. No salgas a hacer que intercambio de golpes, por favor, hijo.
You don't have to stay there. Why are you exchanging punches to this guy?
Estás dominando fácil.
You're dominating him from the outside. Why? You don't have to do that.
Hijo, por favor, hazme caso.
Please,
No hagas las cosas
listen
difíciles,
to me, hijo.
Hazme caso.
Move around.
Perfílate, toma un buen perfil para que me... Abajo. abajo, arriba, arriba, abajo, rectos a la panza.
You gotta throw up, down and up, but throw the straight right to the body.
Here's that exchange at the end. This is in real speed. This is not speeded up stuff. This is how it happened.
And I think I would give the advantage of that to Espadas.
Well, Espadas stayed in his envelope more. Morales was winging his shots. Round two, another relatively even CompuBox round. Espadas 21 of 79, Morales 26 of 89. And once again, Letterman airs in favor of the harder puncher, Erik Morales.
But I think at this stage, the biggest thing is that Morales is, maybe Larry said, because of fighting someone that's tall for a change, coupled with the fact that he is fighting a defending champion, may have caused him to make adjustments that probably is not to the advantage. I think he's fighting more to Espadas' advantage by fighting this way.
For the first 4 minutes of the fight, he treated Espadas with more respect than he ever showed to Marco Antonio Barrera last year.
That's correct.
Well, but Barrera didn't give him a chance. Barrera was right in his chest and was challenging him, and it became a holy war. This is just a really good boxing match between two well-schooled, tough fighters.
But, you know, you have the feeling that we can see much more of what happened at the end of that last round as the fight goes on.
Right hands over the top.
But Espadas is having an advantage by catching punches and usually coming back on the tail end, like right there. And he's catching Morales a lot after they finish up punching. The same way that Barrera fought. Barrera would let Morales throw big flurries and would catch him on the tail end as he pulled out.
If there was an edge for Barrera in the fight against, or an edge for Morales, I should say, in his fight against Barrera, it was at the end of the day that he was busier, throwing more jabs and more punches.
Morales is a very difficult fighter. That's the one thing that's been a big asset for him, which will always happen within a lot of close fights if they go to decision, because he, in between the big punches, he's still throwing punches all the time,
which helps him to steal rounds. He steals close rounds because he's flurrying, particularly at the end.
Even if they're not landing, he's still throwing them.
That's right. And the judges can't always see whether the punch lands.
No.
Yeah, we can't always see for sure. Espadas to the body. Morales wrestles him away. Tactical round. Well, we told you that both fighters' fathers were professional prize fighters. Of the two, by far the more decorated was Gustavo Espadas Sr. Back in the early 1970s, he won a flyweight world championship and wound up with a ring record of 39 wins, 5 losses, and 6 draws. Espadas was the first world champion from the town of Merida, essentially a suburb of Mexico City. Morales' dad, Jose Morales, was also a professional fighter, more of a journeyman than Guty Espadas Sr., but a legitimate professional fighter who fought some of the better Mexican fighters in his day before deciding that refrigerator repair was a better way for him to earn a living.